They're wearing a mask and pretending to be strong, but you are still that soft spot in their heart. So let's do some cards and see exactly what that silent ache is that they're feeling and what this means for the two of you. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. I'm picking up feelings of happiness. And I'm not going too deeply into it because part of me is kind of like, is that me just picking up the happiness because I know inwardly that they, have this silent ache? Or is this happiness for things to come? So, pulling out the cards, so we will see. There is a hell of a lot of cards describing the current energy. And I am not joking when I say the silent ache that they are feeling, because I've got to do the strategic because of the way the card is. So bear with me. Can you see the Three of Swords? Three of Swords, basically, somebody, literally with three swords in their heart. And that's the level of ache they are feeling. Because I'm doing a reading and you guys are listening, by no means am I saying you are equally feeling that, but we're talking about them. So excuse that I'm not addressing that. You are mirroring that. You are equally feeling that. You equally have a mask on. And maybe when you're listening to this, you can take this as it's also applying to the way that you're feeling, because you're mirroring one another. This is not about just one person feeling it and the other kind of joyfully being okay and completely, fine with it. What is this mask? We all have it. We all put it on. It's the mask where you're feeling shit, but a colleague, friend, or somebody says, "Hey, how are you feeling?" And automatically we're like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" That is the mask. That is the not allowing the vulnerability. That is you, as in general, not you, but generally. That is when our behavior automatically, we're conditioned to think, feel that we can't show our vulnerability, that nobody's going to really want to listen. So you don't want to be sitting there, at work or somewhere and somebody says, "Hey, how are you feeling?" You're not just going to open up your heart and say, "Well, actually, I feel really shit. This happened, that happened, da 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 da," because you're either going to have a sympathetic colleague who has time and they will listen, or more than not, you're going to have people who are in their own world and their own woes and everything else, who maybe will not want to give you the time to listen and stuff. So so the mask is very much what we put on as our protection to tell the outer world that we are absolutely fine, life is great, we are fun, ha ha ha, when inwardly there is so much pain, so much hurt, so much regret, so much going on that you feel you can't share with others. So that is basically the mask. The mask is us showing up in our state of everything is glorious and beautiful and great and life couldn't be better, when the reality is life is shit, there is so much happening, and you feel you can't share that. So with that explanation, let's go into the reading. And what is it about their mask? Because I'm seeing this mask beginning to crumble. I'm seeing this mask because the picture I'm getting every time I focus on the mask is it crumbling. Think of it as sand, or think of it as something deteriorating, instantly. That's basically what's happening. It's not like a crack here and a crack there and things like that. No, this is like instant deterioration. I was thinking of the word degrading. No, forget it. You know me and my words. Too much information all at once. Words get confused and I go into this la la state. But hey, you've been following me, you know my language. The main thing is you're getting the message you need to hear. So this mask is coming off. This mask is beginning to melt away, disintegrate, fall apart, so that not with everybody, because we don't, as nobody does it. We will only allow the mask to come down where we feel safe, with the people we feel safe. It's not going to be everybody and anybody. But in their case, their mask is coming down around the people they trust, around where they know they can be themselves. They also know that when they fully tell them the truth, they're not going to like what they hear, but it's now got to a state, anything and everything where they kind of feel, no, it's got to be done. Because this mask has been on way too long. And this could be weeks we're talking about, maybe going into a few months. But it takes its toll. You know it, because equally I'm talking to you regarding this. You know it, that it takes its toll. There's just so much you can keep on carrying forward and carrying without it affecting you, without it affecting your outer life, whether that's work, whether that's business, whether that's social life, whether that's your activities, whatever it may be. There is just so much of it that can continue without it then feeding outwardly and affecting the rest of your life and stuff. So what does this then mean in terms of going forward? Because we've clarified that both of you are wearing the mask. We've clarified that both of you are in this state of showing the world everything is okay, we're just getting on with it on autopilot. But what does this mean in terms of you and them for the future? Well, your side, a decision is going to be needing to be made. This is the Queen of Swords. The sword is the strongest thing that I always end up focusing on when I see that card. And that is very much because the sword, when it comes down, is very decisive, is very much about making a decision. And a decision is something you will need to make regarding this situation. Because this situation, we have the Hanged Man. Again, strategically put, we have the Hanged Man. So it's been in limbo way too long. It's not moving forward. Nothing major is happening. Certainly on your side. On their side, a lot may be happening. Kind of like I'm seeing a swan. On the outer, everything is smooth. On the inner is literal pedaling. So on their side, I am seeing a lot. But what you're perceiving is that nothing is moving, nothing is happening. And hence why that decision part, because it feels like they are going to come out. They're going to come out of the darkness. They are going to come out of the hiding. They're going to come out. Remember what I said, that the mask was disintegrating. So that basically means that they are letting their guard down, vulnerability to the people they trust, to maybe seek guidance and everything. And as a result of that, there comes action. They have been doing a hell of a lot of firefighting within themselves, their demons, their mindset, their vulnerability, their emotions, their negativity, whatever you want to call them, put them all into one bowl. They have been doing all of those things in clearing everything out. And as a result of that, I do see forward movement coming through quite instantly, and message. A Knight of Wands is always relating to a message as well. And because it's a Knight of Wands with the fire energy and it's on Pegasus, none of it is going to be slow moving. We are now into the fast movement. So that is really, really good news. So expect a message, expect forward movement, expect that you will be the one who will be making that decision once the mask comes down, because equally your mask is also coming down, and there will be conversations happening, but ultimately the choice will be yours. So if you want to know what that choice is, what things are going to be about, and how this is going to unfold even more deeper beyond that conversation, then you can book a reading with me. All the links are in my bio, but equally hop along to our shop, and also remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, because that really helps, but also it helps me to connect with you. And let me know, what mask are you wearing regarding what's going on? And maybe I can give you some guidance on how to navigate that. But with everything said, I'll see you next time.